Okay, Leigh McMillan, you were steering on the port side of T6 today. It was another solid day of training as far as we can see. Bit of a delay early on, mainsail issue. It looked like something to do with the batten. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, just managed to, we're not quite sure how, but break off the front end of the batten where it kind of sits up against the mast. So it was a small detail, but it cost us 30 minutes to get it repaired. But the guys got it turned around quickly, and we're straight into action. We didn't miss much. The wind was pretty light at that point anyway, so kind of built nicely and got straight into it.
How important is it to go through these little issues like this and have to deal with them just in a training situation, looking forward to when you're actually, at the cup and racing?
Yeah, for sure. All over the boat, you kind of learn about the kind of life cycle of certain components, and as you're trying to optimise, closer to the cup, all these factors go into, deciding how light or robust you're going to make things. So, all those little niggles you get all contribute to the learning and making the race boat more robust, but obviously not at the cost of trying to make everything too heavy.
Goals when you left the dock today?
Goals today, trying to remember. I mean, getting through the test list is always, the big part of it. You see us kind of looking at different kind of the boats and different attitudes and different speeds and stuff. So we kind of ticked our way through all of that. It was slightly lighter winds, and so kind of having a look at kind of the lighter conditions as well. For me, we swapped the roles on the boat a little bit today, and Giles on the starboard side, and I haven't helmed for a good while now, so it took a little bit of time for me to kind of get familiar, back in that position again. It's amazing how quickly you lose all that familiarity. I think it was a good day. We got through the test list, and it was nice to be back on the wheel.
What's the chat about the difference from a helming point of view between the port and starboard foils, the very different profiles?
Yeah, they're just a bit different in, I guess, mainly in the manoeuvres and just how you kind of, how you can load them up and turning onto them, things like that. The junction height is a clear difference between the two, and how that feels when it's close to the surface. You get a bit of a different sensation. But yeah, it's, I think Giles is probably a better place to answer that, having kind of switched more between the two. But yeah, it's, we're getting good information out of it, and we're learning a lot for our race boat, which is great.
Fantastic. We saw towards the end of the day we presume were match race manoeuvres, practicing match race manoeuvres, some aggressive bearaways and roundups. Just give us an idea on that.
Yeah, it was nice to get T6, kind of more into the racing style. And, yesterday we were putting around the course quite a lot, and just at the end of the day, just starting to kind of, getting all the controls and all the systems and just putting them through the paces a bit, and checking on our speeds of, the controls on the boat and making sure we kind of got it dialed in nicely. So we're just having a look at that, and I'm sure we'll be able to see more and more of that kind of stuff as the days roll on, and we start pushing the boat more into the kind of the manoeuvring side of it, and kind of less straight line.
Fantastic. Thanks for talking us through it.
No worries. Thanks a lot.